good. We can take our time.
Humanity. We've lost humanity.
Yeah, well now, all right. So we've covered a world of topics, but let's talk about this. If you could say, I would love to see this change about horse shows, speed classes, racking horse celebration. There's something here that there's a few things I would really like to see different.
You talking about the horse itself or the people?
The people, the show.
I wish that there wasn't so much hate involved in it. I mean, we're all lifelong friends because we're all in horses together. Right. And of course, we want to beat everybody. That's why we're in it. But when you get out of the ring, you shouldn't
hold it.
You shouldn't backstab.
Right. So that's the thing when we talk about it, sort of letting the things go. And you know, the whole thing about it is if we could ever, and I've shared this with my board and I've shared it with other people in the Speed Association. I said, in the end, it's all about having a little fun with your horse. And that's why you spend your money. That's why you do stuff to have a little fun. You'll go in there.
You'll get caught in the trap. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win. But you know what? Not everybody is out to get you either.
Right.
I mean, if you keep getting beat, it's not anything going. Nobody likes you well enough to give you first every time, and nobody hates you enough to tie you off every time.
Absolutely.
There's a give and take.
Sometimes it's just your horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we get barn blind. We get barn blind.
Lord, that's famous.
I'm probably my own worst critic. You know, somebody say, "Oh, you made such a good show." I'll look at the video. I see 100 things I don't like. I see 100 things I don't like. So you just got to be able, just because you own it, don't mean it's great.
Well, you know, you ever think about this? So many people do this. I never was that good at it, but you can be on a horse riding it, showing in there with a group of 10 horses. The class lasts 7 minutes is what a normal class lasts. But you can be on the horse. That judge is judging the horse, judging them all, and you think that you know, I should have got 4th, or I should have got 5th, or I should have got 2nd, or I should have won. You think you know more than that guy that's sitting there watching all of them, and you're sitting on the back of the horse.
Right.
I mean, and that's just our nature.
It's our nature. We all want. It's a me world. I'm not. I mean, everybody wants to win. That's why we do this. We're competitive. We want to win, but don't let that cloud your judgment to the person who's winning.
Right. I think it's. And I tell you what I've seen. I've seen a lot of young people coming on. We're getting more. We are a growing breed. We are a growing breed. It really is. Well, I'll tell you something. We have took time today. And I know Sue's extremely busy, got her horses here, and I'm sure Dwight is sitting in the chair back there waiting.
He is probably where is Sue, because I didn't tell anybody where I was going.
Yeah, we just tell her we kidnapped you. But anyway, I really appreciate it, and I've shared with you. We love Dwight and Sue. They've been in my house. They've stayed with us. We went to Brooks Garden together. Yeah. We've done stuff. We've been right there together.
We are friends. And, you don't have to have a horse to be you do not have to have a horse in my barn to be my friend.
Right.
I mean,
I just, we've enjoyed you. We love you. And again, it does go back. I mean, I love what you've done with my horse, with Evolution. I really do.
You had really good horses.
He's just as good. And all the other horses. I mean, I can't remember. I mean, I was thinking about Confederate Gray last night. I was thinking about him and Gray John. I think about Gray John. I think about when I bought Gray John, I'd never been on his back.
Right.
And when I bought him off Mr. Hubbard, and I bought him, and I never run him. I said, well, you know, I liked him, and he said he was good. Same thing, Confederate Gray. I don't think I ever rode him until we showed him.
I don't think anybody rode Confederate Gray like you.
I loved that little sucker. Man, he was just like a little
crotch rock.
He just like he would just.
I don't think I ever seen anybody make shows on him like you would make.
The hardest show I had was shown in Kentucky showing Gray John. And I had a death grip on his mouth. Okay,
there's workout.
And you finally told me, you said, and he was getting faster and faster, and you said, turn his head loose. And I thought,
easy for her to say she's not on him.
I don't want to let off all the brakes. I'm going downhill, you know. But I did. And
you trusted me.
He just fell back. You know, this is easy. Oh well, that was simple enough. I said, but
that might be one advice for speed horses. People don't realize. Like you'll see with speed class, and you see when they say fast rack, you'll see people with the reins flopping. Yeah. To me, a horse will get faster when you grip him back.
Get him back there just a little bit.
Yeah, you stay in that mouth. He stays engaged. He'll get faster. Yes. Them reins flopping. It's just like on that padded horse. Right. When you let those reins flop, he eased off. The more you was pulling, the more he wanted to go. Right. But they chill. They relax. Yeah. And that's another thing. When I get a horse legged up, if they will allow me. I just get out there and let them chill, let them relax, leg them up, Just let them gate. Let them find that true gate. Because if you're in the mouth every day, they're just gonna get tougher mouthed every day. I don't like to pull nothing every day.
No.
Just get him happy. Let him happy. I like them.
And there comes some horses come natural. Like I said, we get back to natural horses.
Yeah.
There's some horses out there that spoil you that are natural.
Oh yeah.
And they'll run around.
The worst thing that can ever happen to you is to find you once in a lifetime horse, the first horse. Because everything you're trying to prove. Well, I don't like this horse. He don't do this like this horse did. Well, I'm sorry. There is no two alike. Exactly. He's not going to do what your perfect horse did.
No.
You ride me long enough, you learn my quirks. You'll learn. I'll become your perfect horse. Like if I've got the qualities, you know. But there is never two that's going to be the same. And in my life, I have probably like last night, we was out here warming up, and I think in the warm up area, I had every horse except maybe two.
Right.
You're going to come across many horses.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not yet seen the perfect horse. I've seen horses I really like.
Right.
But every horse is going to have a quirk somewhere. But that don't mean he's a bad horse. It means you work around that quirk. It means you find how to make him happy with that quirk.
Yeah.
So, and when I say quirk, I don't mean his mind. It could be in his gait. It could be anything. But there's never the perfect horse. Don't go buy a horse and think he's the perfect horse.
The worst thing I done, I bought a horse one night on Bradshaw Mountain at a horse show. This sucker was a bad cat. I mean, it racking, a bad cat, all right? And I told the boy, I said, how much you want for that horse? Come by, and I forget what his name was. He's a horse trader anyway. So he stopped and told me, and I said, tie it to that trailer. He tied it up. He was riding bareback. Well, I got home and put a saddle on. It was a whole different ball game. Okay, that sucker. First thing when I would go to get on, she would spin around and round and round and round. I throwed her completely down one night at White Pine. Me and her both were dirty as hogs. Time we got in the ring, throwed her down, and then she wouldn't reverse until a horse come by her. So I would be sitting in the ring,
waiting on somebody.
The judge would be, the announcer would be saying, you can reverse. And I said, as soon as a horse comes, because she wouldn't reverse.
I will reverse as soon as I'm able.
I said, I'll never buy another bareback horse at a horse show.
Or if you're, also don't buy one, the old man's riding with a halter or a silk race rope.
Ain't that beautiful?
There's a reason there's a silk race rope there.
We traded for a horse one time. It come in at the barn down there, and she didn't really know that things were going on, but they were riding the horse behind the truck with a set of racks on it. They didn't even have it in the trailer, okay? And this was a walking horse, registered back out of Midnight Sun. This was a long time ago, okay?
Good blood.
Big bay horse, about over 16 hands tall. They come in there with it, riding it behind the trailer. Skinny as a rail, okay? Big old bunch. We said, ain't this something? So my dad worked up a trade anyway. I don't remember what he traded. Anyway, he traded for it. And so we put we bedded its stall that night. We had to build a stall for it in the hallway because we didn't have one. And come back the next day and it'd eat all its bed and eat through the boards and was standing out in the field. And so anyway.
She was hungry.
So
she's thin.
We got to riding that thing, and it would rear up. The fatter it got, the meaner it got. It would rear up and click its front feet together. And we were showing one night in Tazewell, and John Campbell was showing it, and it reared up and put its front legs over the rail. And then he jerked his head back and it reared back up and went back on. But so we finally got to where we starved it down to where it got broke again. but it was just, we called it Bones. We called it Old Bones. But that thing was so crazy. But you get horses in your life that
you'll remember really, the rest of your life.
Really do you remember?
They make an impact. I wish, that's the thing I told Dwight. I said, I wish, but when we opened up our barn, that I had written down every horse's name, because I'd hate to think how many horses that's came through and through there, how many we've